Vanga left behind dozens of prophecies, but one remained hidden for years. It speaks of those who, in 2026, will open the door to true wealth. Not by luck, not by accident, but because fate has been preparing them for this moment. Her words didn't describe random people. They described those whose inner energy naturally attracts money, influence, and power. Today, we reveal which signs she called the chosen ones of financial flow, and why 2026 will be their turning point. Aries doesn't wait. That impatience, which others see as a flaw, becomes the engine of financial growth in 2026. From the first weeks of the year, something shifts. A contact in your circle makes a proposal that sounds risky. Don't think too hard. Your gut will feel it before your mind does. That's the signal. Where you used to waste energy on conflict, you'll learn to direct it with precision. One project starts a second. The second starts a third. You'll notice something strange. The less you fear failure, the more doors open. By summer, income arrives in waves, but each wave is tied to a specific action. No miracles. Just systemic pressure, which is exactly what Aries is built for. By autumn, old debts close. Unprofitable deals end. For the first time in years, you feel light. Then new income sources appear almost immediately. November brings the real results. An idea you shelved for lack of resources comes back, but this time with backing. Partners appear who don't just appreciate your potential, they invest in it. Your directness, which people once called rude, becomes your brand. Your name starts meaning results. 2026 for Aries is proof that courage, when focused, literally converts into money. Taurus never chases glamour. But in 2026, that quiet, grounded energy reverses financial flows in a way that surprises even those who know you well. The year forces you to move faster than usual. An offer you once rejected returns, but at a completely different scale. This time, you recognize it. September brings an unexpected reconnect, someone from your past who opens a door to a partnership you never dared to imagine. Stability without routine. Freedom with profit. October tests whether you're ready to step outside your comfort zone. An investment opportunity appears with no guarantees. The universe is pushing you. Take the step. This one decision becomes the foundation of future prosperity. November delivers proof that patience is never wasted. Income increases, old debts close, and unexpected bonuses stack on each other. You see, for the first time in years, how your efforts pay back multiplied. May, your natural month, is when your energy peaks. You stop second-guessing and start deciding fast. The instinct to invest in something your own, real estate, a business, something that's yours, proves to be the breakthrough. By December, your money doesn't disappear anymore. It multiplies. It has a source now, not chance, but pattern. You've learned to rule money instead of letting it rule you. Gemini enters 2026 feeling like the old world collapsed and the new one hasn't fully formed yet. That chaos is exactly where their wealth is born. This year turns the Gemini mind into the most powerful financial tool available to any sign. Not luck. Precise calculation. Speed of thinking. The ability to decide in seconds. November brings a paradox. Events move fast but time feels slow. An idea appears that seems too risky. A new direction, an unexpected collaboration, a project with no real comparison. This is the starting point of a financial story that changes everything. October is explosive. Small deals grow into large ones. Casual acquaintances become influential contacts. Everything around you seems to move at your pace. November reveals an unexpected resource, your voice. Gemini's ability to persuade, negotiate, and sell ideas is gold that's been sitting right there. A deal made this month changes the financial picture for the entire year. By May, everything launched earlier runs at full power. Income exceeds anything you've seen before, but this period also tests whether you can manage the flow instead of being swept away by it. September opens international or cross-cultural opportunities. Ideas born locally find a global market. Money can be earned not just where you live, but wherever you are seen. By year's end, Gemini doesn't just have more money. They have influence. They've learned when to speak, when to stay quiet, when to act, and when to wait. That combination is what moves them from players to people who set the rules. Cancer enters 2026 with a quiet confidence that the outside world hasn't noticed yet. That silence holds more power than any noise. This year rewards the years of patience, the experience built without recognition. November brings small changes that trigger a large process. A shift in how you work, who you spend time with, or how you manage money. These feel minor. They aren't. September brings an offer that feels too ambitious, a new position, a partnership, a chance to start something your own. Don't hesitate this time. The first profit arrives almost immediately after the decision. The world has been waiting for you to choose. October is a rethinking of how energy works. Cancer begins to understand, it's not hours worked, it's where the energy goes. A hobby or personal interest quietly transforms into a source of income. The heart starts leading toward money, not the other way around. By November, a steady flow emerges, not random, consistent. People who never noticed your work now come looking for your support. July brings a wave of activity, new faces, new proposals. In the middle of that noise, one moment stands out. Say yes to that one. It changes your financial trajectory. By December, Cancer stands on a foundation built by their own hands. Not by chance. By discipline. The inner calm that others misread as passivity becomes the most powerful force in the room. Leo enters 2026 ready. Not to prove something again. Just to show who they actually are, without apology and without restriction. November shifts how Leo sees money. It stops being a means to an end and becomes confirmation of the value of their decisions. The first real breakthrough happens alone, without a support system. A new idea, a bold direction that seemed too large-scale. The risk is the beginning of a financial era. September brings pressure from competitors, from unexpected places, even from people close to you. Leo doesn't retreat. He enters the fight. Just when others tire, Leo makes the move. September profit arrives almost as a direct response to that fearlessness. October introduces an ally, not a mentor, not a patron, a genuine partner. Together, something significant is built. This month also teaches Leo to delegate, which is one of the hardest things for this sign, and exactly what opens the path to real wealth. May accelerates everything. Money, events, people. Leo gets what they've been building toward, status, influence, result. But the test is whether success brings wisdom or arrogance. The ones who pass that test keep going. September is the month of real recognition. His name travels through professional circles. People who doubted now acknowledge the result. The financial flow stabilizes, but the appetite for more grows. Pride and flexibility together become the key. December consolidates everything. Financial stability is no longer a goal. It's reality. Leo's name carries weight with people who've never even met him. He hasn't just won. He's built a system that generates prosperity long after the year ends. Virgo enters 2026 with a clear intention: finish what's unfinished. Her mind is her sharpest tool, and this year, strategy and self-discipline produce profit in ways that once seemed out of reach. November forces a rethinking. The habit of controlling everything starts producing mistakes. That's the turning point. When Virgo learns not just to plan but to trust, a financial flow opens that can't be explained by logic alone. A chance meeting, an unexpected order, a new direction. Small moments turn into the start of something large. September demands quick decisions. No time for her usual careful analysis. She acts on instinct and discovers something she didn't know was there, decisive, fast, effective. The choice to change direction or launch something of her own produces results that show up months later. October brings the first real recognition. Work long unnoticed begins to bear fruit. Someone values her ideas. Another offers cooperation. It's the signal that nothing she's done has been wasted. May stabilizes things. A new position, a permanent contract, a partnership that gives confidence in the future. Virgo realizes that wealth isn't just quantity. It's predictability. Her ability to analyze every detail produces not just profit but genuine order. November transforms her financial thinking completely. She stops saving compulsively and starts investing. Fear of loss changes into understanding that money loves movement. She moves from managing to owning, from adapting to processes to directing them. December ends the year in full control. No chaos. No external dependency. Her inner formula runs automatically. 2026 proves that accuracy produces results that others mistake for genius. Libra 2026 is Libra's turning point between who they were and who they'll finally allow themselves to become. They enter it full of doubts. They leave it with deep confidence in their own value. November begins with sudden clarity. What was vague suddenly has shape. Libra sees where they've been losing energy. A decision to end an old contract or relationship hurts, but the release creates space. The first real opportunity appears in September, small at first, easy to miss. But if Libra doesn't ignore that signal, the results appear within weeks. October brings internal conflict. Stability versus growth. Libra hates extremes, but this time the radical choice is required. When they make it, October responds with the first real profit, money tied to what they genuinely believe in. May presents a proposal that seems too large. Fate doesn't ask if you're ready. If Libra accepts the challenge, this is the personal launch of a new stage. Everything changes, the environment, the direction, the rhythm. But this change brings the scale they dreamed about without daring to say it out loud. July teaches one of the most important lessons of the year: don't hold on too tightly. Where Libra trusts the process, profit multiplies. Where they try to control, it stops. This month is about trust. By November, Libra realizes that money has no nationality. It flows where there's harmony between risk and logic. That harmony is now on their side. December ends the year on solid ground. Finances are stable and predictable. Libra learns to allocate their time and energy so that balance is never lost. The deepest realization: true wealth isn't an account number. It's the ability to live without internal chaos. Scorpio. For Scorpio, 2026 is unlike any year before it. The darkness of recent years lifts. What opens behind it is power, stability, and wealth, earned through endurance that most people couldn't sustain. November starts with awareness, not money. For the first time in a long time, Scorpio sees clearly who and what has been blocking their energy. People, circumstances, outdated projects. His intuition sharpens to an extreme edge. He finishes old business, cuts ties that cost more than their return, and does it in cold blood. The moment it's done, financial energy starts returning. September brings movement. An opportunity appears that wasn't even on the radar: a promotion, a sudden business expansion, a new direction requiring courage. The more decisively Scorpio acts, the more doors open. Confidence and money begin to move together. October tests his limits. The world applies pressure, sometimes even treacherous pressure. Scorpio doesn't break. He was built for storms. In October he crosses an inner boundary, and after that crossing, profits don't just stabilize. They accelerate. November brings a first major deal or a project that changes his financial future. Money stops arriving by coincidence. It arrives by pattern. He learns not to chase profit but to attract it. July sharpens the trust issue. Someone close behaves dishonestly. From the outside, a blow. In reality, a cleansing. After that, Scorpio works only with people who are genuinely reliable. His financial structure becomes more stable than ever. The lesson: strength is not in noise. It's in a silence that carries weight. By December, Scorpio looks at the scale of his transformation and stops measuring in numbers. He's become the one who controls his own reality. Money is no longer an end. It's a tool, wielded with surgical precision. Unshakable. A legend in the making. Sagittarius. 2026 for Sagittarius starts like a shot fired into open air, not to hit a target yet, but to announce, "I'm back." After delays, losses, and uncertainty, he enters the year with a clear inner flame and the intention to turn it into something systematic. November brings a sharp turn. A new job, a sudden decision to leave the old one, something that restructures everything. The determination Sagittarius shows in this first month is like an electric charge, short but powerful. It starts a process that becomes the financial breakthrough of the year. September pressures him. The world challenges whether he's really ready for something larger. If he rejects fear and brings discipline to his natural passion, the first real profits appear by month's end. Not luck. The first result of consistent action. October opens unexpected doors. Old patterns stop working. New ones appear in their place. A chance meeting, a direction that looks small, it isn't. Sagittarius feels the universe listening again. The right moment in October solves more than years of effort. November rewards the brave. This is the month to invest in something new, change financial strategy, accept a challenge that feels too large. Fate pays back those who act. The financial curve climbs sharply and keeps climbing. July brings the first real public victory. A contract dreamed about, an agreement that ensures stability for years. With it comes a moment of loneliness, the price of leadership. Sagittarius moves through it without stopping, because stopping is a betrayal of his own nature. By November, his name carries confidence. His income grows without effort because the system he built now runs without constant supervision. He realizes money is not a goal. It's the language the universe uses to communicate with those who act on time. December ends the year in full Sagittarius style, bright, strong, free. He looks back and sees how much ground he covered. Money, status, opportunity, all in alignment. Most importantly, his faith in his own strength is now unshakable. A new era begins, one of stable, conscious wealth. Capricorn 2026 for Capricorn is the year everything built in silence finally rises above the ground. He enters it tired, mistrustful, but carrying enormous inner strength. Those who underestimated him are about to see what quiet discipline actually produces. November starts with disruption. Something that seemed unbreakable, a partnership, a business structure, a team, falls apart. Inside that disruption is power. Capricorn is forced to build a new order, his own, from scratch. Without old frames, he stands more firmly than ever. This is the foundation his entire year rests on. September brings key contacts or agreements that he won't fully understand until later. His instinct says don't rush. The pace is slow, but fate adjusts itself to him. By the end of September, the first quiet results appear. Not dramatic. Important. November opens real collaboration. People arrive who want to work with him, not just use him. His energy attracts competent, responsible partners. A major financial step becomes possible, a purchase, an investment, an expansion. The risk is high. The result exceeds it. May is when Capricorn's authority becomes visible. His word carries weight. People seek his decisions, not just his work. The time to act openly arrives. Cooperation with larger structures, new deals, a move from player to rulemaker. July brings noise, advice, temptation. Capricorn ignores all of it. His goal is stability and he doesn't deviate. Income grows evenly, calmly, without fluctuation. The consistency becomes armor. July makes him the undisputed center of his own financial world. By December, Capricorn's financial system runs on its own. Money flows without struggle. He stands on a peak built not in 1 year, but over decades of discipline. The realization that arrives quietly, true strength isn't controlling the world. It's remaining unshaken when the world changes. That's the victory no one can take from him. Aquarius enters 2026 feeling that the usual limits no longer apply. His mind expands. He sees not just the path but the entire system around him. 2026 makes him the architect of his own destiny. November hits like an electric discharge. Aquarius moves quickly, sharply, but with thought. The first action is letting go of an old income model, an old way of working that stopped functioning. When he does, the world responds immediately. The first financial signs that is moving in the right direction appear almost instantly. October becomes a month of creation. Ideas connect like lightning. New partners appear. A hobby starts looking like a business. The most important thing this month, don't suppress the inspiration. Everything started in October brings profit in the second half of the year. November is the breakthrough moment. The system Aquarius built begins to run by itself. Ideas that once seemed too bold start generating income. His creative approach becomes a trading instrument. People start coming to him as the one who sees what others miss. September brings an offer that seems unrealistic, large-scale, expensive, but potentially transformative. This is the choice between safe and spectacular. If Aquarius decides in favor of his own idea rather than other people's advice, his name begins to be known in professional circles. July brings emotional weight. Success starts requiring not just intelligence but strength of character. Aquarius has to defend his decisions, enter conflicts he'd prefer to avoid. His toughness in July becomes a magnet for respect. Financially, the month stabilizes. Income balances. Profit becomes predictable. By December, Aquarius looks back and sees how far he's traveled from past limitations. His thinking is now large-scale. His income is stable. But the deeper victory is internal. He's no longer just a creator. He's become a system that independently generates ideas, resources, and confidence. After 2026, he will never work the way everyone else works, because he's created a new form of success with no ceiling except the ones he chooses to set himself. Pisces enters 2026 quietly, almost invisible to those around them. But inside, a wave is building. This is the year their intuition becomes law. Their feelings more accurate than any algorithm. They won't need to fight. They won't need to prove anything. What they dreamed of begins to happen on its own. But this year isn't peaceful. It's a year of inner battles, deep insights, and decisions on the edge where a single choice determines not just a path, but a destiny. November brings clarity after long uncertainty. Everything unnecessary falls away. Pisces stands at the threshold of a renewal. If they channel that energy into action instead of retreating from it, the first financial changes arrive before the month ends. September tests endurance. Fear of losing stability creates pressure. The temptation to return to old jobs, old relationships, old comfort appears. But this is the month when Pisces understands growth is impossible without risk. Choosing development over comfort produces a powerful energy breakthrough. Fear transforms into faith. October is movement. Ideas that seemed like fantasies take shape. A new client appears, a job opportunity, a chance to invest where the heart says yes. Pisces realizes they're capable of thinking large. Their words start carrying impact. Their decisions start bringing profit. May brings harmony. After the tension, everything feels aligned. Pisces finds their own rhythm, their own way of earning that doesn't exhaust but fills. A breakthrough in something that was once a hobby becomes the main income source. Money arrives easily, because it's earned with genuine love for the work. July sharpens the topic of partnership. A meeting with someone who changes the financial picture becomes possible. A new alliance opens opportunities. Trust, even when doubt is present, transforms potential into reality. November demands speed. Proposals that appear must be accepted immediately. Pisces discover that money comes when you stop waiting for the right moment and start creating it. Everything launched in November carries long-term weight, projects, agreements, partnerships that last years. October is the culmination. Public recognition arrives. A new income level. Participation in a project that changes status. Along with the triumph comes the temptation to stop. Pisces must remember, 2026 is not the end. It's an ascension. Keep moving. December closes the year softly but with unmistakable weight. Silence. Inner victory. Pisces looks back and sees how the path from doubt to confidence has made them completely different people. They no longer chase money. They've built a world where money is the natural result of their harmony. That's what 2026 delivers to Pisces, not just wealth, but freedom.